Welcome to B&B RV. We are located at 8101 East 40th Avenue in Denver, Colorado. Today, we'll be walking you through our 32-foot Class C with 2 slides, our 2024 Gulfstream Conquest 6311. First, we're going to walk you around the outside, and then we'll take a look on the inside. So starting here on the driver's side, this first compartment houses your generator. The generator is going to power any of the 110 items in the house if you're not plugged into shore power. This includes your air conditioner, your microwave, your TV, 2 TVs on this one, and anything that you're plugging into the 110 outlets. The power button for that is on the inside, so you shouldn't have to get into that compartment for anything. This next compartment is just a storage compartment. Next up is where the propane tank is stored. Propane is going to be used for your furnace, water heater, and your stovetop burners and your oven. This next compartment has your house batteries stored in there, another compartment that you shouldn't have to really get into for anything. This is just a furnace vent here. Moving down, you have a couple of water connections here. So the one labeled city water connection, that one you'll hook up a water hose to. If you have a spigot at your campsite, you just hook that directly to the RV. This bypasses the internal system and then feeds your sink, your shower, and your toilet. So once that's hooked in and turned on, everything water-wise works. When you don't have that, you do have an onboard water tank. You'll just have to turn the water pump on the inside control panel. We'll take a look at that a little bit later on the inside. The other one labeled black tank flush, just leave that one alone. Down below here, this is where we empty out our waste holding tanks. So you have a black tank for your toilet wastewater and a gray tank for your sink and your shower wastewater. On this coach, the dump hose is stored in your bumper. So you just pull that little rubber square off there, pull that dump hose out. That attaches right here. You'll pull the black handle first, let that all drain out, close it, and then pull the gray handle second so that soapy sink and shower water can rinse that hose out. Once that's done, you can close that back up, put the hose away, and then you'll find some chemical packs under your bathroom sink. Flush one of those down the toilet with some water. That helps everything break down in there, but also keeps everything smelling fresh. Check out our RV 101 on the dump for more information on that. Above that, we have an outdoor shower. So in one of these compartments, you'll find a hose that connects right here in the middle, and then you have a hot and cold water faucet out here and a little hand sprayer. This next one here is for refilling your onboard freshwater tank. So this is gravity fill, so you just open that up, put the water hose in there, and then that'll start spilling out once that's completely full. Should have a monitor, a tank monitor in there on your control panel. We'll show you a little bit later. Right below that is your electrical hookup. So the end with the ring on the power cable hooks up to the RV right here. That ring kind of just secures it, and then the other end is going to plug into 30 amp hookup at your campsite. We also provide a 110 adapter that would go on the end of that 30 amp plug. If you're plugging in somewhere residential or somewhere that only has that 110 option. Once that's hooked in and turned on, everything in there is powered, including all the 110 items, all the battery operated items, and it's charging your house batteries at the same time. There is a cable hookup on here, so you can just take your coax cable, hook it in at your campsite, change the source on your TV, and then do a channel scan and get some cable TV there. This vehicle just takes regular unleaded gasoline, so that's the tank fill for that right there. Moving down is a larger storage compartment here. This is a full pass-through. It's pretty shallow, but it does pass through all the way to the other side. So in here is where you'll find some camp chairs, your leveling blocks, the power cable for the RV, the coax cable, water hose, all that kind of stuff is going to be stored in this compartment here. A couple things on the back of the RV here. So you do have a spare tire. The ladder is really just for maintenance, so no patio or anything up there. Recommend our renters to stay off the roof. And there is a backup camera on here. But recommend still having a spotter if you guys are doing any backing up or anything like that. Here on the passenger side, all of the outside compartments are going to be storage. They're all different size storage compartments here. This first one is the other side of that pass-through compartment on the back. There's the next one is a storage compartment as well. Another storage compartment there. Above this one, you have a couple of 110 plugs. So again, if you're plugged into shore power or have your generator running, those will be powered up. And then 2 more storage compartments at the end here. Let's head on inside and we'll show you around. The cab of the RV is going to look pretty similar to what you've seen in your personal vehicle. You have a stereo here, heat, air conditioner, that kind of stuff. Your rear camera actually displays up on the rear view mirror here as you're driving, and then when you put it into reverse as well. A couple of unique features about this vehicle. You do have a tow haul button here, so if you're going up through a mountain pass, let's say, need a little bit more power from your engine, you can simply push that button and it'll automatically drop you down a gear. You can also use that as you're coming down to help you slow down. There's also a manual mode, so if you're in drive and you drop it down to the M for manual, there is a plus and a minus right here on the gear shift as well. The other cool feature is they have what they call an emergency start. So if you leave your headlights on or something like that and run down your engine battery, behind me over here is our emergency start switch. So with that one, you just push and hold the switch. Then you can turn your key and that'll jump the engine batteries from the house batteries of the coach there. Just inside your entry door, we have a couple of switches. So this first one here is just a light switch for your stairwell above me. This big red switch is your main battery disconnect. So if you turn that off, then you lose power to everything in the house part here. So you just want to leave that on for your entire trip. And then this other little switch here is for an automatic step. So when we open the door, that step will automatically extend. If you get to your campsite and you want to just leave that step out, you flip the switch up into the on position, and then when we close the door, it's not going to retract by itself. Above the door is your main control panel. So the first display here is your generator display. That'll show you how many hours are on your generator and also how you track those hours. To start that, you would just push and hold the start button. That orange light will start flashing. Once that turns solid orange and you actually hear the generator kick on, then we can let go of that start switch. Give it about 20 or 25 seconds or so, and then our microwave is going to beep. The lights will come on there, and that'll be the indication that we have power from the generator. Again, generator is going to be for anything 110 back here if you're not plugged into shore power. Air conditioner, microwave, TVs, and any of those 110 outlets. Now, everything else in here is running off your house batteries, so you will have to monitor that as well. If you're dry camping, the best way to do that is from the solar controller located in this cabinet here. Just make sure that system stays at 12 volts or higher. You see it get into the low 12s, you can start your engine, start your generator, or plug into shore power. Beside that is your tank level. So you have your gray waste holding tank for your sink and your shower. When you push that button, it lights up this gauge here to show empty, 1/3, 2/3 are full. Black is for your toilet wastewater. Fresh is for that onboard freshwater tank. And then you do have a battery monitor here as well. If you want to check your propane level, there is an analog gauge on the tank on the outside in that storage compartment there. Below that is some lights. So you have a patio awning on this one. So there's a rope light underneath that patio awning labeled awning light. There's no step light on this one, so it's just a blank there. Porch light is a light above the entry door on the outside. The ceiling light is for the main lights here in the living room area. There are also a few different types of switches in here. So any of the lights that you see with a metal ring around them, they're a touch light. So you just touch that ring and those will turn on and off that way. Beside your ceiling light is your water heater. That runs off the propane, 6-gallon tank. Takes about 20-25 minutes to heat that up. That will cycle the propane, so I would just use that as you need it. And then next to that is your water pump. So you will have to switch that on to use your onboard water tank. If you're hooking up to the city water, the pressure comes from that city water hookup, so no need for the propane tank there, or the water pump rather. And then below that is your awning. So the left button here is for that patio awning on your passenger side. You just push that, hold that out button until it's out as far as you want it to. And then pushing in just retracts that back in. Any kind of inclement weather, rain, snow, windy conditions, you want to have that in, just so you don't risk damaging that at all. And then next, this unit comes with 2 slide outs. So those will be retracted while you're driving. Then when you get to your campsite, you want to engage the parking brake. And then you can push and hold these at the same time. You just push and hold the out button. You'll hear those motors engage on the slide out. As they're extending, once they get fully extended, those motors will stop. You'll want to hold that button out for 4 or 5 extra seconds just to help keep those motors in sync. And then when you're retracting, you'll want to do the same thing. Listen for those motors. Once they stop, you know that it's fully retracted. Then hold it for 4 or 5 extra seconds to help keep those motors in sync. Above your cab, we have what we call the Cabover bed. So this pad just slides into place here to complete that bed. And then this is just a safety net. So there'll be a seat belt buckle, type buckle here, hooking on the wall there. So that just creates a little barrier. If you have small kids, that just prevents them from rolling out of there. And then your ladder will attach to these 2 hooks right here, so they can climb up in there. Beside that, you have your sofa. So this has 3 seat belts in it, and this does convert into a bed. Similar to a futon, you're just going to lift up on the front here. You will want to push those seat belts down into the sofa just to get them out of the way. Nobody wants to lay on those. So push those through, and then that'll lay down flat. Then across from your sofa, you have your 4-person dinette, 4 seat belts, so 2 on either side there. This also converts into a bed. So what you'll want to do is lift these cushions up and out of the way. 1 on either side here. There is a small latch underneath the table here. You'll just release that down and then push from the back. This should sit right in between the 2 bench seats there on either side, and then these just push together here to complete that bed. Moving into the kitchen area here, we have the propane oven and 3 burners. So to light your burners, that's similar to a gas grill. So this is not a cooktop, so you want to first lift this up and out of the way. These first 3 knobs are for your burners. You have a little diagram on which one lights what. So what you'll do is you'll just turn that knob, and then you'll hit your spark button, and then your burner will light up. On the oven, you'll have to light the pilot light first. So on this one, you'll turn it to the little flame icon, push that in, and at the same time you're pushing that in, you'll turn that spark button. A lot of times it takes several turns on that spark button just because the propane comes out real slow. But eventually you'll see that pilot light will light. Then you can adjust your temperature, and then you'll see that whole burner light up there. There is a light and a vent fan on here as well. Above that is your microwave. Over here, we have a nice size sink, storage cabinets, several storage drawers, more storage above. We also have some storage compartments above your dinette and your sofa. And then across from your kitchen sink area, we have your refrigerator freezer. That does run off the house batteries the whole time. Moving down, this is kind of like your bedroom area. So you have a couple of 6-foot bunk beds here with a TV across from that. Little nightstand with some storage in there and a little shelf. And then right across from there is your bathroom. In your bathroom, you have a full-size stand-up shower, sink, and pedal flush toilet. Here in the back of the coach is your master bedroom. So you have a queen-size bed here, a couple of cabinets above the bed, and then on this side you have a full wardrobe, so you can hang some clothes up here, a couple of drawers, and a couple more cabinets. Your thermostat is also in here, so on the bedroom wall, just inside that accordion door. So this is where you'll turn on your furnace and your air conditioner. So as you use this, you'll see there's a mode power button. So as you push that, it'll cycle through the options. So there's your fan setting, high or low, or auto. Recommend keeping that in auto if you're using the furnace. Next is your air conditioner, and then you can use the buttons on the right-hand side to adjust the temperature. Then it'll go to your furnace. Again, they adjust the temperature there, and then push it again and to turn those off. Thank you for watching. We'll see you out there.